Yo, welcome back everybody to another episode of the 4th and 17 podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about the Super Bowl. Man, depressing Super Bowl, but a Super Bowl nonetheless.
Not depressing.
It was,
It
man.
was
It
cool.
was a kind of horrible end to
It was a
the
letdown.
NFL season.
It was a
Yeah, it was
letdown.
just God, dude. Sagar, Hamish, you know how we do it.
Yeah.
Again, back to review the Super Bowl. Hamish, how's your weekend, man? How'd you feel about this game, real quick, man? Did it let down? Did it let down your weekend?
I mean, I guess my prediction didn't go right, but
Oh man,
that's the thing about the NFL, man. It's one game at a time, right? You don't know what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, Super Bowl in itself, it was cool. Like, I mean, it was a little bit different. One thing, I mean, I don't even touch on what the hell is there was no good commercials. Like, totally forgot. Like, I didn't even see a good one. Like, usually there's a memorable one, like Twitter be popping off or something. But
yeah, there was nothing that good. What? So hold on, before we hop into the game,
I was going to ask you, how's the halftime show? What do you think?
And that's what I was gonna say, dude. Yeah, we were reading each other's minds. Yo, that halftime show, I was kind of 50-50 on it.
Yeah.
And then I saw some dude on Instagram kind of talk about what the weekend did for an entire year. He talked about like the flow from like wearing the surgery on the face tape and all that stuff to kind of like how it ended on Super Bowl. Apparently that's like a year in the making. If that's true, if this was like a whole kind of full circle, I gotta give him a lot of creativity behind it. But it was cool to kind of see him like there was a lot of stories behind like what he was trying to tell. I thought it was pretty cool.
I didn't even realize there were stories, but yeah.
I'll send you guys. We'll send you guys a link in the Instagram and Twitter to kind of like where things are. But I thought it was actually pretty creative.
No,
What did you think?
It was cool. I mean, I was locked in, right? I don't know if it was because I was churnt or whatnot, but I was like locked in. Like, it was cool. Like, was it the mirror thing? That was hella dope. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's meme central right now. But
Yeah, dude, it's number one on Twitter right now.
it was like Patrick Mahomes looking around. But yeah, no, it was cool. I mean, we've both seen him live, right? So like, I mean, we knew he was gonna be a good performer. I mean, if there were people there, they probably loved it, right? So it was good. He's a good performer. But yeah, it was better than past years, right? Like, at least we're talking about it.
Exactly.
Other times you're just like, who, what? Like,
exactly.
It just goes over your head.
It was good. It was good. Again, given COVID and all probably a lot of the restrictions that they had, it was a good show. So excited that we got to see someone that we like. So shout out to the weekend. That was a great performance. Now let's talk about performances that weren't all that great, man. This Chiefs Tampa Bay thing, man. Tampa Bay came out strong. The Chiefs didn't. I mean, what do you think? What did Tampa Bay do right, in your opinion?
For what didn't they do right? Right. It's
That's what I'm saying.
I think they played their perfect game, right? They needed game plan wise, like offense and defense, everything worked well. We discredited them, because we thought we saw the other guy on these sidelines, number 15, and what he's been able to do. And, it was like, all right, we didn't realize how good this Tampa Bay team actually was. Like, I don't know. It just like you saw it on all levels, like on their defense, front four, fucking nasty. Those two linebackers, nasty. The secondary, I mean, they got some dogs. It's not like household names, but they can hold their own, and they did, right? So,
I mean, dude, Devin White is only 22. I mean, just to put things in perspective. I mean,
big ass boy,
dude. I mean, I was talking to one of my boys the other day, and we were talking. I mean, their front four and their linebackers held it down, dude. I mean, Lavonte David had to go up against Travis Kelce and actually did a hell of a job.
Yo, he climbed him,
dude. You know what I mean? Like,
he's one of the more underrated linebackers of like the past 10 years. Like,
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, so like you said, I mean, Todd Bowles, from a defensive perspective, made necessary adjustments.
He threw that was a perfect game. Like, he had some wrinkles, he's known for being a blitzer, right? And if you blitz Kansas City, it's not going to go well. Their stats showing that Mahomes is going to be able to, make plays off the run, but he couldn't do that this game. And Tampa Bay only blitzed 5 times, I think. I looked back at the stats.
Yeah.
5, and they did that early in the game. So Kansas City was like, all right, they're going to blitz. And then they made adjustments for that. And then Todd Bowles took a step back, no blitzing. So
that's it.
Damn, that was good. I mean, they played too deep. Like, it was in that front four, like you said, man.
Yep.
They saw, those two there's no tackles on Kansas City, and Mahomes had a bum ankle or bum toe, whatever it is, right?
Turf toe.
I mean, that's a horrible injury, but they saw they were foaming at the mouth, man. JPP, fucking baller.
Yep.
Shaq Barrett looked like young Von Miller out there, man. Like,
Sack Barrett, as Tom Brady calls it.
damn, that's dope. And then you got like fucking Sue. Like, come on, dude. Sue's still a ball.
So
And you
Vita
got
Vea was taking up two
your
up
boy
front,
Vita Vea, bro.
boy.
Like, he's so they did what they had to do. They imposed their will. And
Yeah.
I mean, if Chiefs had any, I mean, Tampa Bay had any chance, it was going to be because those front four and those two linebackers. And I mean, good
And
game
that's
plan.
exactly what it was.
It worked perfectly. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I mean, dude, they were. I mean, at a certain point, it was just either a 4-man or a 3-man rush. That was it.
yeah, no, dude, it worked out. I mean, like we said, like Tampa, I mean, Kansas City didn't have their offense linemen, so
Yeah,
these guys were going to dictate the game, and they did it. I mean, I think we should have looked into that a little bit more. We thought maybe Mahomes was going to be able to, still make his plays, and he still tried, but it's just like when you're running for your life every fucking play,
yeah.
you don't even get those easy ones. Like it's for a long day, and even for Patrick Mahomes, like I don't, no one would have won that game like
Yeah.
on the other side. So
So let's talk about. I mean, so we talked about the Buccaneers defense. Let's talk about this Chiefs offense. I mean, we kind of teased it in the preview. Losing Eric Fisher was bigger than we all anticipated, right? Because not only did you lose your left guard, but now you had to shuffle the entire line. I
yeah,
didn't realize the amount of movements that had to go into this.
no continuity, like that's big on
None.
an offensive line. So if you don't get that, man, like I mean, yeah, they had 2 weeks, to prepare, but I mean, it's not the same. I don't know. You're playing. This is probably the best front four in the NFL right now, right?
Right. Well, and not to mention, I think when they played in their, I think it was like a Week 12 matchup, Vita Vea wasn't there, right? I mean, plus you had a more stabilized offensive line for the Chiefs. So a lot of things had changed from that Week 12
Oh yeah,
head-to-head matchup to now,
Tampa
right?
Bay is a completely different team. I
Way
mean,
different team. Way
they
different
got
team.
hot and they found what worked, and we know they've we know they've had talent. You just look at their roster up and down. I mean, there's a reason why Tom Brady chose. I mean,
Yeah,
when all the dust settled, he chose Tampa Bay because
for
he
sure.
saw you insert a quarterback there with those coaches, with those players. Okay, we can do something. And
Booming.
boy, did he do something, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and exactly. But like, so, going back to the Chiefs, right? I mean, I think from an offensive perspective, I saw a stat on Sunday night actually after the game that basically showed the percentage of plays that the Chiefs ran that were based. They were trying to go for these deep passes, these deep routes, and Patrick Mahomes was barely getting 2 seconds
you
of
know,
time.
you look at it, it's just like these guys will run their routes. Maybe they're open, like these receivers probably open, get some space. And then you look, Mahomes fucking going fucking circle.
40 yards back just to
Yeah.
go 10 yards front.
Or just throw the ball back to the line of scrimmage. Like,
Exactly.
so yeah, it was bad. I mean, Chiefs, yeah, I don't know. It was hard. It was hard. It was hard to watch for them on
It
their
was, yeah.
perspective.
I mean, you saw that stat, right? I think Mahomes had to run 497 yards
Oh
in
yeah.
order for
Come
him
on,
to
man. Come on.
scramble.
Most in the year, that's no,
That's
come on.
incredible. And so, look, after watching this, I really, I mean, I do tip my hat to Mahomes. Um, there were some plays that
You see
he
though, the
he got
picture,
off
that picture where he's like fucking diving
sidearming on the ground,
and he
dude.
threw a in the bucket, like in the dime. It hit this guy in the head. Like,
Right in the boop, right in
dude,
the head, dude.
shout out to the kid. He's still young. It's a blemish on his resume. Yeah, he lost in his Super Bowl, but I mean, that team was outclassed. The Chiefs were outclassed in every manner, and you were on the edge of your seat. Like, when are they going to come back? When are they going to come back? And that's because of 1-5. Like,
That's
you
it.
you were there. Like, I mean, I voted for the Chiefs. I thought they were going to win, and they like that. You were locked into the game because you knew a comeback, something great was going to happen.
Was
Especially,
potentially inevitable. Yeah.
yeah, you like even though Tom Brady's on the other side, you got this young kid who can do anything, explosive offense. He's
Yeah.
gonna make it happen. He's gonna make because what did they do? They basically essentially went with like they were 14-2. That last game did whatever, but yeah, he's done it every fucking week. So you thought it was gonna happen.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
that's crazy how he spoiled us with that. Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, right? Is that you're watching these hoo-ha play. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, even in such a blowout of a matchup, I mean, there were a few plays. I, I'm not putting this loss on Mahomes, unfortunately. I mean, he on a bum toe on a line that couldn't give him 3 or 4 seconds to throw the fucking ball. I mean, 497 yards away from the line of scrimmage is what he ran. 497 yards away from the line of scrimmage. I mean, he again. I mean, I don't. We'll talk about the GOAT stuff later, but
Sure.
again, he had a pretty impressive game, even though he had the 2 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. In my opinion, he was still able to try his best given the situation.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know any other quarterback that would have been able to win in that situation with
Exactly.
like maybe like Russell or like they may make plays, but it's just those mobile quarterbacks. And I don't know. Kansas City has the best total offense of all of them. So like
For sure.
Tampa Bay, tip your cap. They won it. They earned it, right? They
Yep.
came in, into the playoffs hot. They played, Washington, whatever, but then they played who? Dude, you think about the
Dude,
quarterbacks that he's had to play.
I know
Brady.
it was
I
Drew
mean, obviously
Brees,
Breeze is not the great right now.
Aaron
Rodgers,
Rodgers,
and then Mahomes.
Mahomes. Yeah,
So they earned it.
I agree.
I think I after last year we thought the 49ers were a more complete team than the Chiefs, like, and we saw that Mahomes, you choose the best player, like the best player on the field, you give it to him. But this year kind of changed. I mean, you choose the complete team, and
Yep.
the best player, yeah, he's the best player, but sometimes it doesn't work. So it's just like really funny how that argument kind of holds up. But this
So
team,
let's
damn, I'm
yeah. So let's
shocked
flip
how
it.
well they played.
Let's
Go
flip it here, right? So we talked about the Chiefs offense. We talked about the Buccaneers offense, defense. Let's flip it. Let's first talk about this Chiefs defense.
Yeah, no, dude. So
What did you see here, man? I felt like there was a team, like if you had told me this was the team that was in the Super Bowl last year and won it, I would have told you absolutely not.
I I think what happened. I mean, just thinking, looking at what happened and just from the film is just like the only way the Buccaneers were going to win this game is if they had a balanced offense. If they had to pass, it was not going to go their way because, like we said, Spags is going to bring the pressure and put the pressure on Brady, and Brady's not good under pressure. But you look at it, Brady wasn't under pressure all that often. Like the blitzing didn't work. You gotta give kudos, man. That offensive line, fucking nice, bro. They did what they had to do, and then it allowed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to play a balanced game.
Yep.
And even I don't know if I said this on the pod or not, but I was just thinking like if the Buccaneers were going to have any chance to win the game, it had to be balanced because that makes it like, messy, like ugly. It's an ugly game. Kansas City wants to get into shootouts and, high flying offense, like points on the board. But Kansas City will lose if it's, a tough physical, like just like a balanced offense against their defense because Tampa Bay is really good. But go ahead.
You bring up an interesting kind of a conversation. We're talking about the Chiefs defense. So one of the things that I saw. So apparently Tom Brady had done his film. Obviously you don't get to this many Super Bowls if you don't do your research and watch your film. And one of the things that I think he texted some of his teammates were the Chiefs don't tackle well. They don't tackle well. And if you watch this game, I mean, dude, if you watched the running game, for example, right? Rojo and Leonard Fournette couldn't really be stopped.
Okay, bro. You see how big Leonard Fournette is?
I'm just saying. I
Bro,
understand that.
Fournette was looking
But Rojo
playoff
was
ready.
looking good too.
But he's more but I mean, I'll give him they did stop Rojo. I mean, in the goal line, right? That
Sure.
so I mean, they should put Leonard Fournette in. That's a whole other
Yeah.
conversation. But yeah, I mean, Leonard Fournette, you're not seeing many people tackling him one on one. It's a lot of grab the ankle and someone else will come finish. Like that's just how it always is. And Leonard Fournette played really well. Like I said, man, that balance on offense was killing the Chiefs. Like, and then we didn't allude to this yet, but Rob Gronk, bro,
Oh,
Gronkowski,
dude. I mean,
throwback. When
he what's crazy? When we talked about this in the preview, we talked about how Rob Gronkowski had a huge game in their Week 12 matchup. I mean, he had like
and we
over
were
a
like, oh, it's not gonna happen.
yeah. I was like, no, there's no way. He had 67 yards,
Two
two
tutties,
touchdowns.
yeah, dude. It was. I mean, I had I was always waiting for that game where Brady was gonna. I've been saying it like I was like I mean earlier I was like, all right, it's not gonna happen in the Super Bowl. I was like, all right, Gronk's gonna have a big game, like, but then he never happened, and then now they saved it for the last. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
it
That
was crazy.
surprise.
It's
That
so
surprise.
crazy, but how it worked out. You knew early in the season they're gonna save Gronk for the playoffs. They didn't use him at all, or as much, in the wild card, divisional, all this, but they brought him out for the Super Bowl, and boy, he looked
He
good.
looked good. He
Yeah,
looked
like he looked
good,
fresh. So
dude.
like,
Yep.
it's just crazy,
Yep.
man. That duo, you put them anywhere, plop them in any fucking team, they're gonna be
And,
fucking good.
and dude, like you look at this, and again, I think this is like the crazy thing about this game, right? Like you look at the overall offense, 201 yards for Tom Brady, the three touchdowns is impressive, but 201 yards. But like you talk about the balance, right? Leonard Fournette, 89 yards rushing. Ronald Jones added another 61. But playoff Lenny also had 46 yards receiving.
Yeah, no, he was a good outlet in the passing game. Like
I mean,
he, yeah,
and
he did good.
he's been putting this balanced approach the entire playoffs. He's averaging about over 60, 70 yards
Yeah,
carrying, and he's averaging another 35, 40 yards receiving. I
yeah.
mean,
And the thing about him is those yards that he's getting, like he's earning those yards. Like he's making the defense work to get him
yeah,
down.
it's all
So
yeah.
I mean, that plays a role. And we know the Chiefs. You look at them; they're not the biggest, like in the back end, like in the
Nope.
secondary or like even the linebackers. They're
Linebackers
okay.
now.
They're not fast, or I mean, but damn, they just out physical Kansas City. That's all I'm gonna say, man. They did what Kansas City usually does to other teams on
Yeah.
the front. Like they did it to them, and I haven't seen that ever, honestly.
No. Hey, go back to Leonard Fournette, man. Just remember a year ago he was cut by the Jaguars and he was signed to like a minimum, like
Yeah,
$1 million
that's the Tom
contract.
Brady. Look, you saw the thing. One of our boys, Harry, actually said this before. The commentators and all said this. Who scored or who had big games? AB had a touchdown.
Gronk.
Gronk had Gronk had a touchdown or two touchdowns. Leonard Fournette touchdown. Three guys that followed Brady to Tampa. It's just crazy how it all worked. Like that's how you know it's your fucking time, right?
I know.
Like it's gonna work for you. Like if all those players are making plays, it's bound to happen. It's crazy.
And dude, Chris Godwin, 9 yards. Mike
You don't need
Evans,
him.
31 yards. No, I'm just saying, like, I
Mike
mean,
Evans had a good couple PIs, bro.
I know. He was, dude, they could not
That
stop him.
he's nice.
They could not stop him. But I'm saying, like I think one of the things that we saw in this balanced approach was that there was no me. It was very spread out offense, right? Keep the Chiefs guessing. Who's gonna get the ball?
Well,
Who's not?
that comes when you get top, man. What do they
And
do in the
that's
Patriots? It's never been a one person crew. It's
oh, you're
been
right. You're right, 100%.
Edelman, any running back, James White, like Sonny Michelle, like
Yep.
Shane Vereen. Like it's always been like people you didn't not household names, but they spread it out. Like it's just crazy. Like he brought that philosophy to him with Tampa Bay.
Yep.
And you look at dude, you know what's funny? You look at what the reactions post game, and you look at how other Tampa Bay players are talking to Tom. It's thank you. Like they're thanking this guy, bro, for
Yes, sir.
coming here and winning. Like that's the ultimate respect. So just think about how they think of him. Like they're gonna listen to him at all costs. They're gonna do what he said. He's the fucking
Yes.
leader. So
Yes.
it's like they're following that guy.
But
And
brother, think about
they
it
don't
this
give
way.
a fuck.
Think about it this way. If you're Mike Evans, you're Chris Godwin. Who's your quarterback last year?
I know, but just like
No, I'm saying, but who was it? It was famous Jameis.
hey, James is cool, bro.
Tom
James
Brady
cool.
says,
I
I
know.
see the talent that's here. I'm coming because I know we can win what we got.
Yeah. No, I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but it's
because
crazy.
that defense was already ready to go. It was just adding these small pieces on the
Yeah.
offensive side.
It's crazy how just when I saw that, I was like, man, they're just saying thank you. Like, thank you for getting me a ring. Thank you. That's all
You
I
saw
heard.
that? You saw that in the on Twitter and on the Instagram. Like that one dude, I think it was Devin White, when he went up to Tom and he was like, "Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for you said we were going to get that ring."
It's
Oh, Chris
crazy.
Godwin also said it. Remember when Chris Godwin
Dude,
said when he talked about switching the jersey, he was like, I told Tom he can have my jersey if he gets me a ring, and Tom said we're getting a ring. Confidence.
It's crazy, man. Like, it's like I've never seen like one person just uplift a whole organization, you know, that's been kind of down in the mud for a minute, not even a minute, a long time, like
A long
20
time.
years, right?
Long time. Yeah.
And just do what he did. This is probably the greatest season. I mean, he could have had, I mean, like, or ever I've seen. I mean, one person leaving a team,
Yeah.
going and changing the organization and winning, like, it's just like ridiculous. Like, and how he did it.
So as you know, Brady is what, 43 now? And in his 40s, he's been to 4 Super Bowls since he's been 40. Or three Super Bowls. 3 Super Bowls. Sorry. In 4, yeah, 3 Super Bowls. He didn't go
I
last
was
year.
like, I don't
Yeah,
know
he
how
wasn't
I
last
laugh
one.
at
Yeah, he
it.
wasn't last year. He wasn't last year. No, he's been in 3 since 40. 40, 41, 42, 40, 41, and 43. So
Yeah, he missed
yeah,
last year.
he missed last year. Looks like he might be staying for another 2 years, maybe. You think this roster could repeat?
We'll see. We'll see. Like I was telling you, let's see. They got a couple of big free agents, right?
Yep.
Fournette, not Fournette. I mean, Fournette's probably a free agent. Like AB, like Levante David, they're fucking,
Yep.
probably top 5 linebacker. And then they had, I think Chris Godwin's a free agent as well. So let's see what happens. I mean, do they have the potential? Hell yeah. I mean, we saw them do it. I just worry the Super Bowl hangover is a real thing.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, and even though they have Brady, it's not like the Patriots where they're, we haven't seen it. Patriots are a machine because of Brady and Belichick were able to keep that fire lit. I don't know. I haven't seen Bruce Arians do it.
Sure.
I know Brady will be able to do it, but the players, we'll see if they're maybe content with one ring. Like you
Yep.
said, they were saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Like maybe that's the pinnacle
That's
for them.
it. Yeah, that's it.
So we'll see. I know Brady's out for more, but are
I
these
know.
guys ready to, ride with him again?
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. That's the question, right? But yeah.
Sorry. So we talked about the Chiefs. We talked about the Bucks, but let's talk about the 12th man, the refereeing.
Yeah, dude.
Some people felt the officials in the first half, especially, were a little bit suspect. Some weird PI calls that I felt, this is a Super Bowl. The ref shouldn't have gotten involved, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Ticky tacky stuff that we haven't seen all season long. Were they actually PIs or not? I mean, I think that's up in the air. But given that it was a Super Bowl and how small and minute they were, I personally felt that the refs overimposed themselves. I know at halftime, Twitter roasted the hell out of the officiating.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
No, I agree with you. It's just like if you haven't called it all, playoffs, not even regular season, they'll call it just because it's regular season. But when things are at stake,
Yeah.
playoffs, they haven't really been calling much, right? Then this just goes, it's like Tom Brady effect, like Tom Brady's on the other team or on that team. Like, do you call it, pay him
Oh
that
yeah.
respect? So that's a real thing. But I mean, you get a quarterback that caliber, and he's able to, if the officials, they shouldn't be swaying, but it's a respect thing. We see it in all leagues, right?
But here's the thing, though, right? Patrick Mahomes also has that. He's the darling child of the
I know,
NFL. He
but there
really
wasn't
is. He's the
there
poster
wasn't
boy.
there wasn't that many situations where like that he had where those can get called like in this game. Like
But
you
I'm
can't really
saying
tell me like there were some missed calls or anything.
no. But I'm saying, like, why not keep it? Why not keep the game smooth,
Well,
right?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying that this is the fact. Like that's how it is. That's how it's been, and it's
I
always going
know.
to be like that. That's what happens when you have human referees. Like if it's robots or whatever, which they probably need to do in the future, right? Because I mean, the decision making technology is there now to be able
Sure.
to implement that. Yeah. Oh, that gets me to another point. And I know it's a little off topic, but damn, when they do fucking first down, the chains on the first down, that needs to go. They need to just start
That's
using
not accurate. That is not accurate
some
at all,
goal
by the
line
way.
technology.
Yeah, that is not accurate
But
at
yeah,
all.
either way, yeah, like I mean, I don't know. It definitely played a role. I mean, early in the game, like I just keep thinking of that interception, that big play that Matthew made where Leonard kind of batted the ball up in the air, and they
Yeah.
called a holding. I was like, that's not good. I mean, they're hand fighting, they're doing their thing. You don't call that.
But they didn't even call it on that play. They called it on it was a player on the other opposite side of the field. It wasn't even on that
No, no,
play.
I know. I'm saying, but like they called holding, like it didn't make sense.
It didn't
Like
make sense.
that definitely shifted the game. I mean, in my opinion, I think completely right.
Yeah.
They had to stop big play. As a defense, you're always looking for a big play, and the Tampa Bay was controlling the momentum, and
Yep.
Chiefs were able to take it there. I don't know what they would have done with it, but I think it would have, at least stopped Tampa's momentum.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think we saw something similar 2 weeks ago in that Packers game, right? Where some of us were kind of like, there's some suspect calls. Yeah, I mean, I think Kevin King was, exploited for sure, but
Mhm.
I think there were still some suspect flags in that game. Then you come to the Super Bowl and you're expecting some changes, and didn't happen. It all benefited what seemed to have benefited the Buccaneers. I still don't think it would, like you said, I still don't think it would have been enough, right? Because we saw every time the
Yeah.
Mahomes and the Chiefs got the ball, it's not like they were able to do much with it anyways. I mean, that offense was 270 yards for Mahomes, but outside of that, it was really, I mean, I know Travis Kelce had a big game himself, 133 yards, but those were just things those are just right
It
down the
wasn't
middle. They were
impactful.
just, yeah, it
It
wasn't
wasn't that.
impactful. It was
Yeah.
garbage time. Um, I think at this point it was just they didn't. I mean, they really weren't able to move that offense, right? So
They had opportunities.
they did, but it just
Tyreek
didn't
missed
amount
that
to much.
big play. I mean, we didn't talk about, but Tyreek missed that catch, in that first or second drive, and they had to settle for that field goal. Huge play,
Hmm.
complete to change the momentum. And then I think on their next drive, Travis Kelsey dropped that right in his hands, like right there. It's just like you can't have that, especially when you're limited offensively with the offensive
Yep.
lineman not being there. Like Chiefs didn't deserve to win. I mean, they don't really deserve to win a lot of their games. It's just Mahomes pulls a fucking rabbit out of his
Rabbit out of the
ass.
house. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, but yeah, referees, it is sad that they, affected it somewhat, but I mean, it's part of the game. It happens. I know it sucks, but like you said, I don't think it changed the outcome of the game in this situation.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. So we're gonna talk about the last thing here. We're gonna go back to our GOAT conversation. Um, the current GOAT versus who should be potentially in line to take over. Um, but I think, in my opinion, I think this is it. I think Tom Brady is the ultimate GOAT. He's going to go down as the greatest QB of all time,
Oh
the
yeah.
greatest NFL player of all time. Seven
Yeah.
rings. He did it with the Patriots, the Patriot system. Came over, brought his system to Tampa Bay. Brand new team, brand new conference, brand new division. Wins it in his first year and has a flawless postseason. I mean, not even postseason. He had a flawless Super Bowl. His postseason was a little bit, there's 3 interception games, things like that. But that Super Bowl was flawless. I
Yeah,
think,
no.
in my opinion, he goes down as the greatest of all time.
I mean, I don't know how you argue that. If you just look at it longevity wise, how the fuck is someone going to get to what 10 Super
Seriously.
Bowls? 10 Super
Yeah.
Bowls. Mahomes is on the trajectory, right? He's been to two, or
Yep.
yeah, two, yeah, right. So he's always gonna be in the conversation. But like you said, I don't see it being realistic in terms of Mahomes, unless Mahomes plays 20 years, 20 plus years. Like
Yeah.
that's the only way. But I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to catch Brady. Only thing is if like a less, they don't win. Like maybe Mahomes doesn't win as many, and then like because we know of the talent he has, and like he's, I don't know, he has a chance. But in terms of most, yeah, Brady's the most accomplished. I don't think that's ever going to get passed by in this sport,
Yep.
as a quarterback. For talent, quarterback impactful. Yeah. I mean, he showed that he can go to another team and win, which is what
Yep.
he needed to do. So
Yep.
that's big. It kind of differentiates him in that Belichick, whatever conversation there was, like who was it more? Like Brady shows that he was equally as part of it. It wasn't all Belichick. So I mean,
Correct. Correct.
that's good too. I mean, that's good for him. He just has a lot of things going for him right now. I don't know how someone's going to catch him.
So here's my thing, right? So I mean, I look at the rings and all that, right? Going to different divisions and things like that. But I will say one of the things that I think we forget about Tom Brady is Tom Brady has never been the most mobile quarterback. Probably never had the best arm talent, right?
Oh,
And
his arm is
no, his arm's good.
no,
No, like accurate. I mean, he's not
no.
throwing big bombs and stuff, but I'm saying like
His arm
his
is
arm talent, his not like a when Drew Brees was throwing bombs and
no.
what we see with
Drew's
Mahomes.
never had a good arm as good arm as Tom. Don't say that.
Whoa, come on, man, he's got that. I like, dude. I know you
Tom
you hate Drew Brees, man.
no,
I
but
know
don't
you got some
disrespect
shit against
Tom's
Drew,
arms.
man.
No, I
But
just that's a whole nother. We'll get into
I don't
that.
think
But
I don't think Brady's had the biggest arm, right? But like he's accurate.
if
He's
you looked at all
got
those
good.
passes, those are fucking lasers.
This year he came out strong. I will say, no, but he's
Every year's been
accurate.
lasers, bro.
He's pinpoint accurate. He's pinpoint accurate.
And he got some velocity on that thing, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't
He's pinpoint
disrespect
accurate.
don't
He's
disrespect
no.
Tom, bro.
I'm not. I'm just saying like, in terms of like what we compare like with the Mahomes or compared to like some of the other quarterbacks of the generation that we've seen with Tom Brady, he doesn't need to be the most mobile, but yet he gets everything done. You know what I mean? Like the offensive line in front of him knows their roles. The
He has
running
had
backs know their
really good
roles,
offensive lines though. Like
and that's what I'm saying, right? Like, I mean, I guess like he's great defenses, right? I mean, I'm not taking anything away from him, but I just want to put that out there. I mean, do you think that any of that will go against him?
yeah, I mean, that's why I'd never say he's the greatest quarterback of all time. He's been like, I say most accomplished. I mean, I haven't been able to see like, Elway, Montana, like actually play during the time. So, I mean, I've only seen Manning, Rodgers, and Brady, right? That's
Aaron
been during my
Rodgers.
lifetime. So,
Yeah.
do I think he's the most talented? Probably not. There's more talented people than him, but he's kind of differentiated that with winning, right? Or so you can't really. The argument's up in the air, right? Because
Yeah.
we know he's not the most talented in terms of being mobile and all this, like Mahomes and all that, and Rodgers, but just the fact that he's win, you got to say he's the best winner, which I think we already kind of solidified.
Yep.
And just because he's done all this winning, that winning is what factors into the conversation of being the greatest quarterback as well, right? Because
So
you're the leader of the team too. So that all takes into account. You have the ball the most in
so
your hands as well.
so is he the GOAT? Is he the greatest of all time? He's got more Super Bowl wins
Yeah, I
than
mean, I
all
think so.
32 NFL teams.
Yeah, I think he is just based on that.
Yeah.
What else do you need? Like, I mean,
I mean, that's what, when I listen to a lot of the greats of all sports, not just football or whatever, they look at titles. They don't look at anything else. They look at titles. I think that's like the benchmark that everyone looks at.
and
And
during this time period, I mean, the NFL is, I mean, there's like better talent and stuff nowadays, better coaching. Like, it's just evolving. And for him to do it throughout 3 decades, I mean,
he's incredible.
yeah, I mean, yeah, he played longer for him to do it, but I mean, there's like a thing, he's had 3 separate like Hall of Fame careers. Like, it's ridiculous. Like his
Yeah.
early years when he won 3 rings and like was, he was young Brady.
Yep.
Then he became like, fucking, I don't even know what you call it. No, he's not older Brady, but a little bit older Brady, right? When he was like,
Mid-tier.
yeah, he was in his MVP years going berserk.
Yep.
Didn't win any Super Bowls, but he got to Super Bowls and had great teams. And then after that last Super Bowl, loss, like he started going crazy and winning Super Bowl. So like 3 different periods for him to do it. Yeah, he has to be considered the GOAT, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, dude, think about what he's done at just age 40 alone. I mean, that's impressive.
But those, like I said, it all comes back to the team too, right? It's a team.
No, for sure. It's a great team. I mean, that Super Bowl were against the Rams. I mean, that offense didn't move the ball much. It was a defensive battle.
I will say, like, he makes those timely plays, and just the fact that his clutchness has given them the opportunities to win these Super Bowls, like him making the plays, like it definitely factors into the equation, like, and he's won 7, man.
No, you can't take that away, dude. I think, yeah, that's, I mean, again, in the NFL, just winning 1 is significant. Winning 7 is unheard of. But all right, man. Hey, listen, y'all, this has been a great recap of the Super Bowl. We're going to be coming back with some more episodes. Again, sadly, it's the end of the NFL season, but we're getting back into preseason, some news around the league. So watch out, stay tuned for that. We're going to come up with some creative content. So, follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, 4th and 17. Stay active. We're going to be active. It's the 4th and 17 podcast.
We out.